Did you forget something?
Go ahead,
Do
cousin
I need to
Fred.
repeat that? Do I need to repeat that?
I did forget. But go ahead, cousin Fred.
It was so much information, so much valuable information. As usual, I needed to take some acetaminophen after he had gotten finished with his educational tutorial. I still haven't done it, but I'm really interested in the tincture and the, how you say that word, terpene.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How that stuff works. And I've been so busy I haven't gotten to it, but that really stood out to me that he was so easily sharing that information, and I definitely need to know it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. All right, B, you up next.
I just like the information altogether because I love Farm Talk. That was my favorite call of the week.
That was my
Because
favorite.
I think if you're out there, you're promoting these products and you're selling these products, it's important to have the knowledge behind them because people are going to ask. And that's why I love Farm Talk so much because you can get one that you don't have to sit there and ask everybody, what's this for? What's this for? What's this for? What's this for? So if we have these meetings that are informative, not just about the business itself, but the product, I think is just an amazing idea anyway.
I totally agree. And you guys know I didn't join the company to get high. I joined to learn more about the plant anyway. And the more we do calls like this, the better. What you say, LB? I'm sorry. Okay, I got you.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
That wants the video from last week, I could definitely send it to you. Will anyone else like to share we can
So she's got some storms out there, y'all, and she said it's raining, so her internet might cut in and off. So we just have to bear with her. You were cutting in and out. You froze up and cut out,
I'm
BB.
glad you said that. Let me make you co-host just in case
Yes, ma'am.
it
May I
dropped.
have Stacy Lester wants a copy of last week's video as well.
I sure can get that to you.
I would like that video as well.
Sounds
Somebody
like
else
you
said,
need to send it all out.
hey,
Who
beautiful.
was that?
Hi.
Hello.
That's a new face for me. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I can definitely give it to you. Just make sure I'll send it to you. I'll reach out to you on Facebook. We have the same last name, so you might be my cousin anyway in real life.
She says that, y'all, because she claimed my family as her cousin and family now. And so now every time she calls me, I don't even get to talk to her. You hear in the background my mom hollering, there's my cousin. That's my cousin. So now big cousin sitting over here telling me that that's her little cousin.
So everybody knows from regional, everybody loud cousin at the family reunion. That's my tagline.
Well, we may be related because I am loud as well.
Whoop, whoop.
So are we. So are we.
Hey, Keith.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
I'm
We're
actually the quiet
good.
one.
How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
We are all excited. He's going to talk about, you know what? I'm gonna let him tell y'all what he's gonna talk about.
You can let me talk about it, okay? All righty. Perfect. Let's do that. Well, everybody, first off, let me turn on my video. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here. First off, I can't tell you how excited I am about being here, Miss BB. Thank you for the invite. This is amazing. Guys, today I want to talk a little bit about two kind of very important things. So right now, one of the things you got to remember is, first off, I didn't go to medical school. I can't give 1 ounce of medical advice. I can't tell you anything or give you zero medical claims. What I can tell you is I've done a lot of research myself. I've done a lot of peer-reviewed collegiate research, papers that have been published, papers that have been studied, papers that have been reviewed by other doctors and other scientists and other researchers that have say that there are benefits to this. This is this type of studies that I'm reading, and I'm passing this information on. That's all I'm doing. I'm not making one medical claim. Also with this, one of the things that I'll refer to a lot is I love being a virtual dispensary owner, a brand ambassador. One of the things like today, I love being time-free. I love that smile, Miss BB. Absolutely. I love being time-free. I'm in Arizona. I live in Flagstaff, Arizona, way up north, up in the forest. But got a call saying, "Hey, my grandbabies need a babysitter today down in Phoenix, 3 hours south of me." So, okay, you know what I had to do today? Meet with you guys because I own my own virtual dispensary, and this is my life. So I'm time free. So just a little plug and play there. Just one of the things we all need to do is shift the stigma, and one of the things we need to know is what we're doing is right. What we're doing is 100% right. It's legal. It is good for you, and we have the history and the research behind it. So let's dive into it. Today, I want to talk about something that's kind of hit close to home for me. I've got a real close family member that is starting to show some serious signs of dementia. Some serious signs of dementia. The older we get a thing called NAD. And, with this, the older we get, our neurotransmission starts slowing down. And what I mean by that is we don't think as fast. We don't remember things quite as quickly as we used to. We all, the older we get, we suffer from that. I'm 54. I suffer from that from a daily. I call it sometimers because I remember things sometimes, but in all reality, with this person who's pretty close to me, I wanted to do some serious diving into this and look into this because a lot of the stuff that she's being told, I can't swallow because she's entirely too good of a person in my standing. So with this, I did some research and some studying. And one of the things that I really looked into, and all of diving down this neuro rabbit hole, kept coming back with this one product, lion's mane. Lion's mane mushrooms. Wow, holy cow. So lion's mane's mushrooms, guys, we actually at Shift, we carry a product called Focus Gummies. For those of you who've never used them, you're missing out. I use them every single day. I take one every single day. But one of the things about lion's mane mushrooms, what does it do? It has proven that it increases neurotransmission. So your thought process goes a little bit faster. Your memory goes a little bit quicker, a little bit cleaner. It slows down the process of dementia, of Alzheimer's. This is all research study that has been placed out there, that's out there. You guys fact check me. Please, please, please. Anything I state here, you have to look up because you don't know me. I am Joe Blow from nowhere, or as my tagline on social media is, I'm just a little bit of nothing from nowhere here in Arizona. So fact check me, please, anytime you hear anything from anybody. But look up the lion's mane and look at what it does. One of the things that you could really dive into with lion's mane is, what does it really work with? Well, they're showing that it works with dementia. They're showing that it works with depression, anxiety, with nervous injury. So nerve injuries, that's taking it to a whole nother level. It works with gastric ulcers. Well, that kind of opens up to a whole new thing that we'll kind of talk about here in a bit. So that means it works with heart disease, diabetes, cancer, inflammation. It's really strong with our immune system. Wow, all of this stuff is together, and this is stuff that comes straight from the ground. This is stuff that does not have the extra chemicals and the processes that are put into it. And that's one of the things that I do love about our company is, everything we have is water soluble. Everything that we have is natural. It's good for you. It's meant to be in your body. And guys, remember one thing. We're going to kind of dive a little bit, what we talked about a little bit last week, but we're going to talk a little bit more here in just a second. But the endocannabinoid system, our largest neurotransmitting system in our body, its whole purpose, the whole entire purpose is to take us back to homeostasis. Homeostasis is where your body is running at its most optimal prime. It is, your chemistry is right, your hormones are right, everything is right. Your thought process, everything is just going great. How many of you can actually say you've been there? You've actually had that moment or that time in life that everything, your body was right, your mind was right, your heart was right, everything was just right. Our body's constantly fighting for that. Well, lo and behold, one of the things that lion's mane works with, the endocannabinoid system. Imagine that. So what does it do with dementia? Well, one of the things that studies have found is that lion's mane mushrooms contains two very special compounds that stimulates growth of brain cells. It stimulates growth of brain cells. We've never found this before, guys. It also helps with Alzheimer's disease. You know, it's a degenerative disease process that causes progressive memory loss. You know, how many of you have had these people in your life and you've watched them start to deteriorate? These amazing, brilliant people that you thought were gods, you know, that you'd probably say, I stood on the shoulder of that giant because I learned from them. You know, you watch those people deteriorate, because we do with time and age, guys. But with anything, our body wants to fight it, naturally wants to fight it. And we have a resource here. So I highly, 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 highly suggest dig into lion's mane's mushrooms, look it up, and see what kind of stuff you can find out about it. You know, what else does it do, like I was talking about, as far as depression and anxiety? You know, well, one of the things that they've found is that with premenopausal women, this is another thing that I have in my personal life that I am dealing with right at this moment as well. And for the gentlemen that are out there, it is okay to have this conversation. I'm letting you know right now. You got to be easy. You got to be careful. You got to know how to gently hit that basic conversation. But it's okay to have that conversation when it's that time. But one of the ways to do it is, how about doing it with a little fact-based research? Hey, you know what? I was doing some research. I heard this crazy guy from Arizona talk about lion's mane's mushrooms and how it really helps with all the stuff. So I was doing some digging, you know, really helps with, you know, anxiety and depression. And one of the things that it really helps with is your ability to, and I read a study that was done in 2010 about menopausal women and found that eating a cookie containing lion's mane's mushroom daily for 1 month helped reduce self-reported feelings of irritation and anxiety. The study was done in 2010. 15 years ago, guys, we haven't known about this. I mean, for us gentlemen that are out there, this is huge. This is huge. So please make sure you look into that. What about the big thing for me? Now, for those of you who don't know my background, I was a firefighter paramedic for 25 years, and I loved being a paramedic. I loved being a firefighter. Loved it. It was awesome. But the paramedic side of things was really cool. I got to be a flight paramedic. I was a SWAT paramedic. I was a special urban paramedic, and you know, I did a lot of really cool things. But my favorite thing that I loved was trauma. I loved trauma cases because they were really difficult. But the sad part about the trauma cases is they take so long to recover from. You know, you have so much nerve damage that's there, and so many potential long-standing further issues. It was kind of like COVID. For those of you who don't remember COVID per se, there was a thing that came out of COVID called COVID brain. For those of you who haven't heard about that, they linked that to a form of dementia. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. You should do some research on that. But one of the things that they found with this, researchers found that lion's mane's mushrooms extracts may help speed recovery from different types of neuro injuries by stimulating the growth and repair of nerve cells. It may also help reduce the severity of brain damage after a stroke. So if somebody has a stroke, you know, and think about it this way. Here's a little piece of trivia, fun piece of learn fact for you. A heart and a brain, a heart attack and a stroke, a blood clot, a blood clot. Basically, if you think about it like that, it's just in two different parts of your bodies. Now, there's other type of strokes and, you know, heart attack stuff, but along those lines, if you think about it basically like that, so if it works in that there, it must also work possibly with cardiac stuff as well, maybe some heart stuff. So I wonder if that works there as well. Well, you know what? It does, actually. It shows that it does help in reduce of obesity. It does decrease high triglycerides. It does large amounts of oxidized cholesterols. It increases the tendency to get blood clots. So with everything that's there, it reduces heart disease along in the same manners. So make sure you really look at it. You know, one of the things that was done in 2010, there was a study, and this was done on rats. There hasn't been a whole lot of studies that have been done on humans. First off, I want to throw that out there and make sure you know this stuff is so new. Guys, we're talking research that was done only 15 years ago. In medicine, that's no time. That's absolutely zero time. So in 2010, research was done on these rats, and a high-fat diet was given, and also with lion's mane extract, and showed a 20% decrease in triglycerides with a high-fat diet and lion's mane versus just a high-fat diet. You had a 27% decrease in triglycerides. Fatty stuff that causes heart attacks, guys. You know, somebody like me, I'm 54 years old. Now, we call them focus gummies because they're supposed to be focused for your brain. But what about focus for your heart? What about focus for your immune system? Not only that, but what also about focus for your gut? This is something that really kind of blew me away when I was really getting into the study and researching on this of what lion's mane also does. Now, there's two major factors, typicals, that cause stomach ulcers, all right? Overgrowth of bacteria of H. pylori, it's called, and damage to the mucosa layer, the lining of the stomach, due to long-term use of things like Motrin. They call them NSAIDs. So like Motrin, ibuprofen, stuff like that. If you take a lot of that for long periods of time, it'll cause an ulcer because it causes damage to the lining of your stomach. Well, lion's mane's extract protects against development of stomach ulcers by inhibiting, it blocks the growth of H. pylori. It stops that acid. Matter of fact, 2016, there was a study that was done on acid reduction, and they used lion's mane extract. They took 45 participants over a 45-day period. One was given lion's mane, one was given a regular acid reducer that you would get from your doctor, or now you can take over the counter. I don't have permission, so I'm not going to say what the brand is. So I want to be careful with that. But any type of anti-acid reducer type thing. And they found that the people with the lion's mane had an overall complete decrease of acid reduction. They did not have any gastro reflux. They didn't have any problems. Then with that, of the people that were there were 9 that had stomach ulcers already. By the end of the study, the stomach ulcers were gone. Now, again, I am not making any medical claims. I am not stating anything. I am reading fact-based, periodic reviewed collegiate research that has been done. So I implore you, please make sure you do your research. So we've kind of talked about all this amazing stuff that this stuff does, but there's even more that it can do. It's not just for your brain, people. It's for everything. Do you know that it helps with diabetes symptoms? Is that not so crazy? Several animal studies have shown that lion's mane can cause significant lowered blood sugar levels in both normal and diabetic mice, even at daily dosages as low as 2.7 milligrams per pound or 6 milligrams per kilo of body weight. One way that lion's mane lowers blood sugar is by blocking the activity of the enzyme alpha glucosidase, which breaks down carbs in the small intestines. So guys, it's not just for your mind. Lion's mane is for your body. Wait, why is it for your body? Because it works in the endocannabinoid system, the largest neurotransmitting system in your body. Let's talk about one last thing that I love to make sure I hit on with any type of stuff when we're talking about any type of cannabis or cannabinoids or products like that: cancer. Now, it's funny, I just had a conversation with my son and actually my daughter. I try to get down and spend time with my kids as much as possible. I'm 54 years old. In my family, males at the age of 54, you pretty much start prepping for your death. It's typically 54 to 56 is the average age of males. And if you do live old enough, 74 is typically the knockoff. So I look at it, I got maybe 20 years left, right? Ish. Okay. So one of the things I got to think about is cancer, because cancer is really prevalent in my family, Hell, cancer is prevalent anywhere anymore. And if you take a look, once again, fact check me, research it. But one of the biggest links that they have found to cancer is what we take in orally, what we eat, what we drink, what we consume by medicine has stuff like polypropylene, polyethylene. These are plastics. This is stuff you buy milk in. You're consuming on a daily. We consume pounds and pounds of this crap. Now, once again, I'm not making any medical claims. I'm not making any medical claims whatsoever. But let's talk about cancer. And some research suggests that lion's mane's mushrooms has cancer-fighting abilities thanks to several unique compounds of its own being. So once again, it's not just for your mind. It's not just for your lungs. It's not just for your heart. It's not just for your immune system. It's not just for your gut. It's also to help fight cancer. In 2013, a study of mice with colon cancer found that taking lion mane extract reduced the spread of cancer to the lungs by 69%. So it did not metastasize to the lungs. And this is one thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand or know a lot about cancer. Cancer of one organ is definitely one thing, and it's very concerning, and it's something you have to definitely fight and do your due diligence to make sure you protect everything to do right by yourself. But the bad part is when cancer metastasizes, when it goes to somewhere else. That's usually when it gets really ominous and you need to start having some hard conversations. Look what lion's mane is saying in a periodic reviewed research study. Now, one thing I do want to state is that another 2014 study found that lion's mane extract was more effective than traditional cancer medication at slowing tumor growth in mice, in addition, and having fewer side effects. Why do you think we don't know about this, guys? Why do you think the Avis Papyrus that was written back in the 1550 BC listed cannabinoids, listing for over 100 medical treatments? Why do you think the US Pharmacopoeia up until 1914 listed over 100 treatments that cannabis was used? It's because it is a political stigma crap game that's out there, guys. Once again, I'm not making anything other than statements of my own research and my own beliefs, and this is for nothing more than educational, fun purposes, okay? So please understand that and take away that from this. But, just make sure you do your research. So there's one other thing that I kind of wanted to talk about real quick with you guys, if you wouldn't mind. And what that here is, let me pull it up real quick, is one of the greatest discoveries, I think, when it comes to cannabinoids. You ready for this, guys? Diet weed. What? Diet weed? What are you talking about? No, we get the munchies. We got to go to the store. We got to get the stuff. We got to eat the stuff. We got to have the stuff, right? Because, Taco Bell even has the munchie bag for $5, right? Not anymore. Here's the thing, guys. There's a variant that was found. It's called THCV. V as in Victor, V as in variant. And matter of fact, you know what? Let me see real quick if I can actually share something with you guys. I don't know. Miss BB, do you have me as a co-host by chance? Okay, let's see. Because I will share this wonderful thing with you.
Okay.
Fantastic. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
And it says functional mushroom benefit for workout recovery?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, let me see if I can. Oh, it got brought down. Well, unfortunately, it got brought down. I am so sorry, guys. I was going to try to show that for you. Anyway, so this variant that has been found, guys. So one of the things about it is it works on, remember when we talked about the endocannabinoid system, there's two things that are there, the two locks. Remember CB1, that's going to get, what's one reason why we're going to take cannabis? To get high, right? So CB1 is what's going to activate that psychoactiveness, right? CB2, the second reason we're going to get all the benefits from it, all the decreased anxiety, the decrease in cancer cells, the increase in production of flora in your gut. So, ladies, question for you real quick. Also, Lion's Mane does this as well. So let me throw a plug in for Lion's Mane with this as well. When you take antibiotics, do you normally have to eat like yogurt or take a probiotic or stuff like that, right, ladies? Isn't that something that's always been taught, right? Something we don't always talk about, but something that's out there. Do you know that lion's mane produces so much natural flora in your gut that you don't have to worry about anymore? You don't have to take a probiotic. It's a natural probiotic. Yeah. So just a little plug for it. Oh, that's the same thing that this new variant diet weed does as well. So THCV, what it does is it completely blocks CB1. You get no euphoric whatsoever from it, nothing. But what the biggest compound that they found with it is increased energy, increased metabolism, and decreased appetite. They're showing on an average of a 20% weight loss with no change. This is one study that's not complete. So I'm going to be very careful how I give out this information because I don't want to be misleading with it by any stretch. There's a study that's going on that is almost complete, and the release of information that's been there, there's an average right now of a 20% decrease in weight on a 6-month trial of just THCV at a certain milligram ratio given to, and it was for a women's study that was done, the age of 45 years old, that had to be at least 40% or more overweight, considered over their ideal body weight, which I think is crap anyway. I'm sorry. I think too small is too small. Anyway, sorry. But my plug. Anyway, well, one of the things that this variant is doing is by doing this, you're increasing everything, you're increasing your energy levels. So let's talk about that for a second. When you guys have high energy, what are you? What's the first word that comes to mind? Happy? Yeah, me too. When my energy, like right now, being around Miss BB, being around you guys, my energy's high. I'm extremely happy. You know why that is? Because we get a release of a hormone in our body called dopamine. Oh, wait, what does THCV work on? Regulatory of dopamine and serotonin. Oh, wait, what does lion's mane work on? Regulation of dopamine and serotonin. So we've got a couple products here that are really working together. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is why I love to do these talks, guys. Kind of bring everything back full circle. I like to cause some thought provoking. I want you to go do your research. I'm not going to give you all the information. No, I spent way too much time looking this stuff up and going through this but I want you to have it. And here's why. To be a virtual dispensary owner, to be a brand ambassador, do you have to have all of the answers? No, you do not. You do not, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, let me quote one of the most amazing, brilliant men in the world, Mr. Marty Hale. First off, get out of your own way. Okay? Secondly, you need to be on fire for this, but you also have to know what resources you have to get these answers, get these questions answered. So either Google on the fly, call me, Google me, attend these Monday things. Miss BB's not making a dime off this. I'm not making a dime off this. Nobody's making a dime. But you know what? We're all getting rich because we're changing, we're shifting the stigma, and we're letting everybody know. Think about what's going on right now in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what's going on there right now with the laws and stuff like that. I'm facing some issues like this stuff in Arizona. But here's the thing, guys. I'm not selling in Arizona. I'm drop shipping. I'm still covered under the federal bill. So if you guys are hearing anything that's scaring you or making you worry, do your research, do your research, do your research. Reach out to your people and let me know if I can help in any way. Okay. We've got some amazing people out here. Miss Stacy Lester, this lady knows so much it's not even funny. Reach out to her. Miss BB, oh my Lord, she's not just beautiful, she's brilliant. These are powerful women that have so much information here, and they're running with it. Let's get on this train together, guys, and let's shift everybody's stigma of this amazing product that we have. Ladies, that's all I got for you tonight. I love you guys so very much, and thank you for letting me get on this high horse of mine and being able to talk about this stuff. And I really look forward to, hey, by the way, this not this Monday, but the following Monday, we're going to be taking a walk in the forest. We're going mushroom hunting.
Ooh.
Yes, we're going mushroom hunting in 2 weeks.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Let me say that again. Man, I'm jealous. I had a friend that was going to teach me how to do some of this mushroom hunting that you're speaking of. And he got real sick and passed away about 3 months before our date was to go mushroom hunting. I'm like, well, is that a sign? I better leave the mushrooms alone.
Yeah, Flagstaff, Arizona is one of the gems of mushroom hunting that a lot of people don't realize, and it's a very, very kept secret. They don't share it very well at all, but there's a
Nice.
lot to be found up here.
I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Yep, so we're gonna go
Guys,
hunting.
we do open it up for questions.
Yes, absolutely.
I know it was some people in the chat that had some things to say. You can unmute
Okay.
yourself, guys. This is,
Please.
yeah, we just have.
Field trip.
What up, cousin Freddie?
Cousin Freddie, how are you, my man?
What's going on, Keith? Everything's good. I just wanted to say, wow, I instantly felt like we're going on a field trip. Thank you.
Go ahead, Stacy. I got you. Go ahead, love.
Hey, Keith.
Miss Stacy.
I'm so happy that you are better. I've been praying for you. I know what happened last week. I've been definitely in prayer for you. So it's really good to see you on this Zoom camera, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Those prayers have helped out more than you will ever know.
Good. So I have a question because
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have totally piqued my THCV button, sir. So do you know if we specifically have any products that's in our dispensary THCV?
Unfortunately, we do not. The last product research that I did off of our dispensary, we do not. There are other products that are out there. It is something that I would definitely would love to talk with our product team about and see if that's something we might be able to look into, because this is a big shift that's happening in the basically in the diet industry. The GLP-1 industry is starting to really take a look at THCV now.
Well, listen. Let me tell y'all. Let me mess around and really get this brand.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, who wants
We're
to get
gonna
branded
talk.
first?
We're gonna talk, Keith. For sure, because I think that's absolutely amazing, and that's kind of where my mind was in a place of a product, but I wanted it to honestly be in the cannabis space too. But and this is not that I'm cheating on our company, but I will cheat on our company. How would I get THCV? How is that done? Like,
what I do for myself is when I started the research and I started the thing with it, is I went on to Google and I ordered some off online. There was a place actually out of Texas where I ordered it from. And I got, it was $39 and I think it was 30 milligrams for it. I have taken it now for 1 week straight, and I am just finished the vial, and I am right now, I'm 8 pounds down.
What the?
I have changed absolutely nothing, but I have increased my antioxidants by increasing my lion's mane intake.
Wow.
Will you drop that link? Drop that link for all of us, please.
Yes, I sure will.
Someone said
can I? Sorry. One more question, y'all. So with what you have, is it smokable? Is it?
It's like a tincture.
It's a tincture. Okay,
it's a tincture.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
majority of most THCV products you'll find are either going to be capsules, they're going to be powder form, or they're going to be tincture. From everything I've looked at and researched, the best absorption rate for the body is going to be a tincture, and the reason being is because of the fact that they'll get the most variant drawn from the cannabis plant by using ethanol to extract it, and that's the only process they use to extract it for the tincture.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So you'll get the most variant from the tincture instead of a powder or pill form.
Thank you so much.
I actually see it. We have it in our.
Do we have? Oh,
on Kingdom Wealth THCV oil tincture, the sports
one. Oh, fantastic! I missed that one. Okay,
say the same thing. I saw that too.
That's the only. I have never heard of that before.
Yep. THCV variant. The other thing about the variant as well, one of the things for benefit, I love to see that it's with sports because it also is showing great things in the research studies as far as muscle regenerative growth. So injury muscles, it's starting to show that you're getting a better response with injury recovery.
Woo. All right, big bro Charlie. Unmute yourself, love.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good,
Good,
good.
buddy. How you doing?
What's up, Keith and my homie BB? Hey, I got a question for you, man. On the Lions, man.
Yes.
I have a son that's he plays football for the Naval Academy,
Uh-huh.
and they real strict about them taking supplements and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, the work that they do and their workload and stuff is really stressful and really strenuous and really just go, 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 go,
Mm-hmm.
go. And I was looking at sending him some of those lion's mane mushroom gummies for the focus
The
gummies.
focus gummies. Uh-huh.
Do you think he'll have an issue with that?
Now there's no THC products in our focus gummies, but the biggest thing is you just anytime you do, let's say you go to somewhere else to shop for it or anything else, if for some reason you do go shop somewhere else, you don't want anything with any type of a Delta product in it. So Delta 9, Delta 8, Delta 10, anything like that. Those are all psychoactive variants.
No, I'm talking about
Just
ours.
Ours
Yeah.
would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. It's 100% natural. It will not show up on any type of growth hormone test or any type of any other type of cannabinoid test or anything like that. There's nothing illegal at all about that in sports medicine.
Man, I'm about to bust the Naval Academy wide open because all them kids need it.
Oh hell yeah! So talk about some serious brain injuries. Them suckers, man. They're racking their heads all day long.
Now let me ask you this, Keith. What about the age limit on our focus gummies? High school kids, could they use them? Or, middle school kids with ADD, could they use them? Or half of them? Or what about that?
What I will tell you is this, is that we are on an open forum, and I would highly suggest for you to Google that question, and you will get your answer exactly right. I can tell you that I have Googled that question. I'm not giving you any medical advice or making any medical claims, but when I have Googled that question has come back and said, yes, that there is research that has been done and that it is good for kids as well. And it does give ages, it does give dose ranges and stuff like that. But it would be best if you were the one to go and Google it.
Right, I got you. I'm Googling tonight.
Yep. But I would definitely Google it because the information is 100% out there.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
And hey, Stacy.
Hey, Charlie, I thought you forgot about me.
No, I ain't forgot about you.
Anybody else got anything?
How far are you from Phoenix?
Actually, I live about 2.5 hours north of Phoenix.
I will be there July 23rd, so.
July 23rd, I'll put it on my calendar. I'll be at Phoenix then. So if you're available to meet for lunch or anything like that, I would be more than happy to take you to lunch or dinner.
Wonderful. And I have a team going down there, and we come down and do some work before we go to the LA event. So I would love to link with you.
Fantastic. I'll put it on my calendar right now.
Thank you.
Love it.
Can we get your number?
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. Let me drop that real quick. Hang on. Let me
Great, because I was going to ask the same thing, Keith.
So let me drop that in chat. All right, here we go. I'm going to drop my email first.
Okay. Z, I see you, baby.
Okay.
And then my phone number. There you go.
All right. Okay, Z, go ahead, unmute yourself, love, and ask your question.
I really don't have a question. I just wanted to say that I can actually vouch for the COVID brain, Keith.
Yes.
I am a severe COVID survivor who was ventilated in a coma for 47 days.
You can speak to this. Yes.
So one of my testimonies was for the brewed coffee and the lion's mane. Lion's mane was actually one of the things that was smuggled to me into the hospital. I had friends that brought me some holistic herbs and such, because they had me on remdesivir, um, which is one of the worst drugs ever out there, that causes a lot of shutdowns of organs. My organs were shutting down. I was suffering from sepsis, and my children were told to prepare for the worst because of what they had me on. When I transferred to the new hospital, I had signaled to the doctor that he had 30 days to get me right because I still couldn't talk, and he understood and was like, yeah, ma'am, you were in a coma for 47 days. 30 days is probably not going to happen because you need 3 days for every day you're in a coma. Well, like I said, I was taking herbal remedies, not taking the medication necessarily that they were prescribing to me. Not that I suggest that to anyone. It's just my stubborn butt that does that. And they actually started drawing blood at a higher rate to a point where one of the head nurses came in and told me I can deny them my blood because they couldn't make sense on why I was recovering so quickly.
God is good.
So yes, lion's mane, because COVID brain is real. I'm an IT professional, PR and marketing. Being sharp, being sharp-minded is key, is something I need. And so I immediately recognized the COVID brain. So it is
Absolutely.
definitely real. It's hard to get disability for it. It really is. I've battled disability for the longest, trying to get disability because I was out of work for a long time because of it. But because COVID brain is so new and a lot of the side effects of long-term COVID are not fully understood, it's a hard thing to acquire. But yes, getting back to the lion's mane, definitely a game changer.
That's
Definitely a game changer.
awesome. Thank you so much for that testimony. That just gave so much validity to everything I just said, because a lot of us, we just don't know what we don't know, and the natural herbs are right there in front of us if we just do the research. And man, God is good. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you were healed, and your testimony is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Keith. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. I really appreciate it. I look forward to this every Monday.
No problem. Anytime. Anybody else got anything?
Go ahead, Miss Trina.
Yes, I have a request. I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
know what you've already got planned for next week. There's a couple things that's come up in my life this week,
Okay.
and I would really like to see some information on. I know we don't make medical claims. I know we don't do that here.
Right. But I can do
But
research.
I would like to see research on products for kidney disease.
Kidney disease. Okay. Chronic kidney disease. Okay.
Chronic kidney disease.
So you're talking
I'm
hypertension.
talking, yeah.
The whole
It
yards.
went from stage 3 to stage 4 to chronic. And so, yeah, I would like to see.
Not a problem.
If you don't have something already in mind, I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
I already got a rabbit hole that I just started diving down. It's funny that you mentioned that. I just started diving down that rabbit hole yesterday.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I appreciate you, man. And listen, let me tell you, yeah, like Brittany, the highlight of the week was the farm talk that we used to have at one point. Because the way my brain works, the disability that I have, I can't just have you look at me and say this works if you take it like this and then you leave me. I'm lost for the rest of my life. Okay. I need to know the whole ins and outs. And so this that you offer your time to us because of the research that you've done, and then you share some of that knowledge with us. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's very helpful to me.
And I will tell you also, with my research, I will not also talk about a product that I can't share testimony with either. So I will do that. I will work that product for at least a week. So when at the end of this week, I will have a testimony result for you as well as as what we're talking about. So
thank you.
Yes,
Thank
not a
you.
problem.
Yes, awesome.
Not a
I
problem.
love that. I love that.
Hey, I just want to say one more thing, guys. When we have stuff like this, I know BB's recording it, but I always screen record these meetings, especially stuff like this, because I can go back and I can constantly watch it over and over again and build my knowledge and do my research and have a guideline on where I need to go or what I need to look for, by what Keith is saying or whatever. So if y'all can remember, always screen record these meetings like this. That way you have that knowledge right there in your own hands and you don't have to put the pressure on BB of trying to get it to you.
Thanks, bro.
No,
That's
tag,
awesome.
no,
Thank you.
tag BB, you're it. Tag BB, you're it.
Thanks, bro. Any other questions, you guys? Anybody?
I love you, Keith.
Hey, Jimmy. Love you
What
too,
up,
buddy.
Jimmy?
Hey, there's our TikTok king right there. You guys, anybody on here real quick, if you need anything to do with TikTok or any social media, this face right here you're looking at, this guy, this is the guy to get with. He is amazing and he can help you, teach you how to funnel, teach you how to do your stuff, which we still need to do, my man.
Anybody else? Okay. Keith, you knocked it out of the park again, love.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it because I can't tell you guys how I feel just the amazingness I feel being able to share this, because I tell you, when you've got knowledge that can help people, and it's that simple. It's like shifting that simple. It hurts when you can't share it, So this gives me a platform to be able to share this. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much. All right. I'll see you guys
Thank
Monday.
you.
Bye.
Same time next week, guys. Same
All right.
time
Bye,
next
guys.
week. See y'all later. Thanks, Keith.
Thank you, bro.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you all so
Thank
much.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
See everybody later.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.